we're just gonna ignore those cans that are right there that I totally forgot right there. I also am like mid redoing the library finally and like fixing it, but it's at that stage right now where it's like more of a mess. So I also keep finding books I haven't read that I like didn't know I owned. That's embarrassing. Anyways, hi everyone, it is Holly and I am back with another video. I wanted to do a book recommendations video and I wanted to talk about one of my favorite types of characters. There's kind of like an aside to this that is what I really, really like, but you see this a lot in this type of character. I don't know why I'm trying to be like sly, like it's not in the title. I'm going to talk about smart characters. What I really love is a competent character. I did not know this until, I might have mentioned this before. My favorite TV show ever is the show Leverage. It was on TNT here in the US. I believe you can watch the whole thing on like IMDb TV or something. And IMDb is doing a new like version of it, which I have not watched because I'm like so scared. My dad watches it and he watched the original and he says it's good. So I don't know, but I'm just like too afraid. Leverage on the DVDs, which I own every season of, there's 5 seasons. There is commentary on every single episode, and one of the creators and the showrunner, he is on every single one of those commentaries, and he talks a lot in the commentaries about something that they do in the show called competence porn. And I was like, oh my God, I love that. And I think that's one of the reasons I love that show so much, is because they do a lot of that and they just show these characters being like 100% in their element and like being so good at what they do. And so that is just something I find myself very attracted to in characters, whether it be in books, movies, TV shows, anything like that. And it can be competent in anything. And so a lot of times when you have smart characters, to me, it equals competence. All of these characters are pretty traditionally intelligent, but I think it's their competence, their passion, even if I don't understand anything about what you do, like your love of it, I find entertaining. So, yes. Let's get into it. So I have a few, these are all romances because it's me. But these are both contemporary and historicals because I read both. I think most of them are, oh no, it's probably a pretty even split actually. And I try to go for some that you might expect from me, but also maybe some different ones. So the first one, no particular order, is The 15th Minute by Sarina Bowen. Because of course, can I do like a recommendations video without talking about Sarina Bowen? Probably not. So originally I thought about this because, one, I love it. But Leanne who is the heroine in this story, was who I originally thought of because she is very skilled with computers. She's very smart, traditionally like book smart. And, that is what I thought of. But, oh my gosh, your name is not Leo. The other Trevi brother. What is your name? Hold on, the book. DJ. It's funny because he's a DJ. But DJ Trevi, the hero in here, he is very good with music and he's like very skilled with it. And he like DJs the hockey games and stuff in here and everything. And so like for him, see, competence. I love it. This is probably my favorite book in the Ivy years. I don't know. I'm like all over the place with this. What are you looking for? What are you attacking? Next is one I read a couple times a few years ago. I'd put it in like the new adult romance genre. It takes place in college as well. And that is Make It Count by Megan Erickson. This is a very smart guy and he ends up tutoring his like roommate's ex-girlfriend, who is, I think she's dyslexic. I think she does have a learning disability. But he's smart. He's a little quirky. But yes, whenever I think of smart characters, I like always go back to this book. And I think part of it is that like not a lot of people talk about this. Next is Beard in Mind by Penny Reid. So yes, I could have said Beard Science because Cletus is hella intelligent, but I didn't want to be that predictable. But this one, also shout out not just Cletus, but like Jenny and her like skill with 1, people, and 2, with baking and stuff. Again, competence. But Beard in Mind, you have Shelley, and Shelley has OCD, and a lot of her compulsions feel eerily similar to my own when I was really bad. So sometimes it's a little hard to read, but she is highly intelligent and she's like book smart, but she's also a very good mechanic, and I just love seeing her work with cars and just like grow and evolve and everything. And so yes, Shelley. Next is one I haven't read in forever. I need to reread this. I need to reread like every book I've read by this author and then actually like continue through her. And that is Talk Sweetly to Me by Courtney Milan. This is a novella. I believe it's in her Duchess like War series. And it follows a heroine who is like an astronomer, and it's something she's very interested in and very knowledgeable about, and obviously not necessarily something she should be knowledgeable about because, you know, like women and they can't be smart and all of those things. But yes, this is one I do remember it not being my favorite book, but I remember really appreciating her as a character and her passion for her studies. And I do think that's something that Courtney Milan does very well in everything I've read by her. Next is A Week to Be Wicked by Tessa. This one, probably not a surprise. I feel like this one would come up pretty regularly. The heroine on here, what would she, is that over here today? No, they do not. But she's like interested in like history, and but it's like very specific. Like I don't know if you would call it like paleontology. Yeah, like geology, but like fossilization and stuff like that, like is what she's like into. And so like a huge part of this book is her trying to like do things with that, and the hero ultimately supporting her. Next is another historical, and that is An Extraordinary Union by Alyssa Cole. This one's an American set historical. It takes place during the Civil War. Our heroine has a like very good memory and recall, which is why one of the reasons she's used as a spy. She pretends to be mute so people like think she's dumb, and then uses like her memory and stuff to help out the Union side of things. And she's just a very smart, quick woman. Next is probably a predictable one on this list, I feel like, especially in like the world of romance I circulate in, and that is Kiss the Sky by Krista and Becca Ritchie. Both your hero and heroine, Rose Calloway and Connor Cobalt, are very traditionally smart. They always like fought each other at like smart people competitions, you know. I like Rose and Connor. They're not my favorite couple. They're not my favorite books, but they are very smart. You have a lot of like bickering about their intelligence. They both definitely think they're smart. I have to say that's not necessarily my favorite smart character, the arrogant smart one, but they are in fact intelligent. Next is My Favorite Half Night Stand by Christina Lauren. This is another one where both of them are intelligent. They are, I can't remember if they are PhDs or are they like professors or something. But it's a group of friends, mainly guys, and then one girl. And there's like a website thing. It's a whole thing. Mistaken identity and stuff like that. But yes, they are highly intelligent, very like tech, like STEM associated intelligence. And I couldn't do this video if I was going to say the word STEM and not talk about Hazelwood. However, I'm not going to say the books you think I'm going to say. Instead, I'm going to say Stuck With You, one of her novellas. So her STEMinist novellas were actually the first thing I ever read by Hazelwood, and Stuck With You, the second one, is without a doubt my favorite in the series. I think the romance is the cutest, and everything. And I think that her novellas should get a little bit more like credit and attention. So yes, while I think her two standalone novels are also good representations of highly intelligent characters, I think the novellas should get more recognition, and I would recommend Stuck With You if you were looking to read just one. So those are some romances with some smart / competent characters that I really like. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. This, like I said, is one of my favorite things to read. And again, like I said, competence. They don't have to be like book smart or like use big words. In fact, it's probably best I don't. But I know I just said that like I hate arrogant characters, but like I love Cletus Winston. That's different. Cletus is like a whole different world. Cletus is up here. He's like a god. And everybody else is like, people are like, Connor Cobalt? Oh my god. And I'm like, no. Cletus Winston. That's right. I cannot believe how much I love a man named Cletus. That's all I have to say. Like, love Cletus Winston with my whole heart. And Jenny. So yes. Yeah, this is my like favorite character type for sure. I will probably try to do this again. I want to reread some books to make sure I understand. Like I said, I definitely want to reread out of this list the Courtney Milan book. I really need to like get back into Courtney Milan, but like there's so many books I have to read. Yeah, okay, I need to stop talking. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.